one of the best ways to really improve your playing is to record yourself. When you listen back and you watch back to see how you actually were in the moment, you will learn so much that you cannot pick up actually at the time when you're playing. Now, one of my students, however, went even further with this. And I think the things that she added in took it to a whole new level. So I'd like to share those with you in case you'd like to try this out as well. Now, feedback and reflection are hugely important if you want to get better at music, because there's simply no way you can tell what to work on unless you've got some feedback about, well, what are you actually doing now? What's really going on? Even then, you need to see, well, are the changes that I'm trying to make, are the things that I'm trying to do, are they actually working or not? And again, you need feedback for that. So recording yourself is a fantastic way to get objective feedback. And then as long as you actually look at that recording and reflect on it and make changes based on that, that's going to be a huge help in changing the physical aspect of your playing. However, there is more to it. What's going on in your mind is frankly equally as important as the physical side of things. So what choices are you making in the moment? Why are you making them? How do you feel emotionally? Because you can't always control the emotions, and feeling very positive, very negative, worried, whatever it is, this is going to impact the way you play. All these thoughts running through your head, they constantly affect the physical motions you make. Now, I really encourage people to reflect on all these mental things afterwards. So what decisions they made, how they felt, whether their thoughts were helpful or not. But this is something that you're doing after the fact. So there's time between when it was actually happening and when you're doing this, and hopefully you're writing down these thoughts, these reflections. But you're going to forget things just because of the time. You're going to maybe remember things, but you're not going to put the right weight on it, or you're going to get it slightly wrong. So there's a disconnect here that isn't there on the physical side when you're reviewing the recording, because I can look back at that video and I can actually see this is what happened, this is what my fingers were doing. I can hear this is the sound that it made. And the recording is happening at the time that the playing was taking place, and there's none of my reviewing things afterwards. It's not based on my memory. Is it correct or is it not? The recording is just a straight bit of data. It's fact. Now, of course, you could just try and write things down about what you were thinking and feeling in the middle of practicing or doing a run-through performance, but that's going to break the mood at best. It's going to stop you playing. You're going to have to do the physical writing thing. And I mean, on some instruments, it's just going to be completely impractical. So what one of my students was doing, she was making her regular performance recording for the Unlock Your Performance bootcamp. And rather than just doing the recording and then writing a little commentary afterwards, she would be playing bits of it, bits that she was working on, and then just stop and speak out loud some quick thoughts. This is what I was trying here. This is what I'm thinking there. Or, oh, that went really well. Oh, I can't believe that was so terrible. And just that means she doesn't have to stop what she's doing. She's a piano player. So those thoughts are just there on the camera in real time, in the audio, so that she can review them afterwards and know that this is what I was thinking at the time, without having to have that big gap between it and without breaking the flow. So she can really go back and explore the thoughts, explore those decisions. And actually another great one is, was her perception actually correct? When she said, oh, that bit went really well, or oh, I can't believe I messed this up. Often when you listen back afterwards, you'll think, well, actually, it's not as good as I thought at the time. Or, well, actually, I didn't mess it up quite as badly as I thought. And not the time to go deep into this, but this is partly because your judgment at the time is really not as accurate as it could be. It can be really inaccurate, in fact. So definitely an extra bonus of this is the fact that you can really then see how accurate is my judgment. And that can really help you, again, getting a little bit off track. It really helps not to get too caught up on how you feel things are going in the moment, simply because that judgment may or may not be bang on. And so when you actually see this, because you've just said these thoughts out loud and listened to them later and compare them to the actual the music you were playing and realize that they're not always great, that can really help you get into that state where you're not getting hung up on, do I feel things are going well or not? So a little bit of a diversion there. Let's get back to what we were talking about. So if you're using your phone just to record a video or any audio recording or whatever. This is a fantastic opportunity for you, not just to get the physical aspect. How do I look on camera? What can I hear in the sound of things coming out? But just have a go with this. Just try voicing some of your thoughts in the moment. Maybe you're practicing, you say, oh, I'm going to try this again because I don't think I got this part of it correctly. I thought the fingering was a bit sloppy or something like that. Or maybe you're saying, wow, I'm feeling really down about this. I wonder if it's affected my playing, I'm feeling discouraged, or all sorts of things like that. These little comments that you make to yourself, have a go and see if it works for you. It's a really quick and easy way to capture them in the moment with all the other stuff, and then you just have to go back and review the recording afterwards and see what you notice, see what you can reflect on from that feedback and what that is going to change for you, what you're going to do different, what you're going to work on the next time. Now, for this strategy to work properly, you've actually got to be noticing the important things in the first place. This video here is going to show you how you can do that, and it will also explain the neuroscience between why you've got to do it in this way.